Greetings everyone, it's Safiria Lovery, and I'm coming to you with the organization video. I am in my storage room just right outside the kitchen, and this room has gotten in a bit of a disarray, and so I'm just going to get in here and try to make these shelves look a little bit better and try to organize them a little bit better. As you can see, I have a lot of stuff that's just kind of sitting around and don't have a home, and so I really need to get this taken care of so that I can continue to coupon and I can continue to be able to find my items when I actually do need to use them and bring them out into the rest of the house. So stay tuned, there's more. I think I saved a lot of space by taking the dishwasher tabs out of their packaging and just putting them in this little storage container here, and that saves a ton of space. I don't have those plastic packages sitting around everywhere, and then when I need these items I can just go in and pick them up. So I have this Persil container. I just took the paper off of it and I kept it. I think I'm just going to transfer these remaining dish tabs here in this smaller container into this so that it can be a little bit more consolidated, and then once I buy more of these particular tabs then I can use this bigger organizer, but right now I don't need that much space for those dishwashing tabs. So I'm going to consolidate that. I'll be right back. So I'm just going to go ahead and take these and see if I can open this. And pour these in. And that is a lot neater, I think, this way. And I just saved a little bit of space. So I'm going to take this down. This isn't really working for me. I need to be able to store more product. So I have one of these plastic bins to break on me, the little plastic drawers that you get from Walmart and Dollar General. And I don't have any parchment paper right now, so I'm going to take this label off. Now I'm just going to fill this with some products. I'll be right back. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put some products up here in this little drawer. Mostly cleaning products. To try to use the old items first before I open any new ones. Well, basically most of the smaller kind of cleaning agents I will put up here in this container. See what else. Okay, that's it for that section. I'll move on to the washing detergent section. One other thing I forgot to mention is I don't like mixing these different types of dishwasher tabs because these have the liquid inside, and so sometimes if they get too ruffled they will pop, and so I don't want that liquid leaking in on these other tabs, so that's why I didn't mix them together. And I like to kind of use the liquid tabs up first since they have a shorter lifespan than these powdered ones. So I'm going to move on to this section of the shelf, which I mostly just use for what do you call that stuff? detergent for clothes and anything related to laundry. So I'm just going to kind of straighten up here. Just put up the items that I didn't get a chance to purchase. I like to put the newer items in the back, and then the older items in the front, so that the older items get used first. So that looks neat enough. And then I have some more bleach down there that I did open. Let me put the shout together here, and then these. Okay, so that's what the second end of the shelf is looking like now. It's a lot more neater than it was. I do think I still have some more clothing tabs that I need to put up here, so I need to make a little bit of space for that. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Okay, so now I'm back, and I did put that big bag of Purex tabs up there. So I have all my laundry stuff together now, so when I get low in the actual laundry room, I can just come out here and I can grab what I need. If I get low on tabs in the kitchen there, I can just come out here and get what I need. When I get ready to mop the floor, I can come out here and just get what I need. So let me just show you some of these smaller containers that I have actually out in the kitchen and laundry room that house these items, and then you'd be able to see what I'm talking about. I just keep my soap pods in this little container. I think it's an iDesign container that I got from Amazon.com, and that's where I keep my soap pads, or pods I should say, for laundry. I also have one for my dryer sheets, and in order to save money, I've started to cut my dryer sheets in half, and then they fit perfectly inside this little box here. And then I just use those, I grab maybe 4 or 5 out at a time, and then I throw them in there, and that's a good way to save on them. And also it's good for consolidation when you have a whole bunch of them. And then for some strange reason, I like to just put my detergent for my clothes inside of cute, nice bottles. I don't really like seeing the packaging that the detergent actually comes in when it's at the store. I like to just be able to clearly see everything that I have. I can see when I'm running low, and it just looks prettier to me. Next, I want to show you this small bottle. It's like a hot sauce bottle. I keep my dishwashing liquid in that, and I just pour it out when I get ready to use it. I like it better contained like that. It looks prettier to me than having the actual bottle of dish detergent sitting on my sink, and I just like the way this looks a whole lot better. I got that little blessings jar from Dollar Tree, and it holds, I just have my oils for my diffuser in there. Next thing that I want to show you is my index card holder that I keep my dishwasher tabs in. So I would just keep this right next to the sink, right above the dishwasher, and I just use these, and then when they run out, I just go out to the storage room, fill it up, and that way I don't have to keep going back and forth to the storage room every time I need to wash dishes. So we are back, and I'm just giving you a look at the final shelf up there that I've straightened up and consolidated as much as I could. I've gotten the items up off the floor and onto the shelf, and now it's time to move down to the second shelf, which I normally just use for lighting. So anything like light bulbs and candles and flashlights, I would keep on that shelf. I've gone through quite a bit of light bulbs because I do have a bunch of chandeliers, in my house, and so I've run out of light bulbs. So when it's time to replenish, I'll have this all cleaned out, and then I'll be ready to just stock my light bulbs back up. And I just found this cute scrapbook paper at Michael's when they had a clearance on it, and I just scooped it up. And I got these little containers from the Dollar Tree a while back, and so I just taped it on there. I thought it was so cute, but that would be a good way for me to know where the light bulbs are. Anybody, if they comes into the storage room, they know where the light bulbs are because they have a cute little light bulb sticker on them. There's not really too much to organize on this shelf. I'm just going to go ahead and just clear out the things that should not be on the shelf, like these empty containers. I call myself having one of these bins for small light bulbs and then one of these bins for the bigger light bulbs. And here's an empty container that doesn't need to be up there. And I'm going to take that down. And so I would say the light bulb shelf now is pretty clear. Moving on to the next shelf in my storage room, I like to keep plastic gloves, trash bags on this shelf. That's pretty much it. And I found this container. I don't know if you could recognize it, but it holds 8-track tapes. I found it at the Goodwill. And it has a cover that goes on it. And so I just got tired of having my trash bags on a roll where I had to keep unrolling it, and that roll can be very, very heavy. So what I did is I just when I first got the box of trash bags, I just unrolled them and fold them down, and I put them in groups of 3. And that helps me to consolidate all of my trash bags, especially when there's a sale and I get a bunch of them. I like to consolidate them, and let me show you how I keep them next to my trash can. So right next to the trash can, I just have this little vinyl wall organizer that I got from Dollar Tree, and then I just put the bags in there, and it's right next to the trash can, so that whenever I need to change a bag, I can just grab one and then change the bag. Guys, I showed you the third shelf before I showed you the second shelf because I wanted to show you how I was going to utilize the top of this 8-track player to organize all of these Scentsies here. Oh, stay tuned. So I'm just going to take the bottom, or top I should say, of this 8-track cover and turn it over on this side and use it to organize all of my Scentsies there. And sometimes when you're couponing and you bring your stuff back home, you have a general idea of where you want to put it, but sometimes you don't know how you're going to arrange it until you actually get it in your home and see how much of it that you actually have, because that makes the difference in how it's organized and displayed on your shelf. So I'm just going to go ahead and get started by pushing these Scentsies over so I can make room for this tray. Just put those up there for the time being so I can get this tray in here. Fits up there, and then I'm just going to grab these, and that way they're all together, and I may be able to group similar colors together too. Sometimes you can compartmentalize, but you still have to I think I say the word too much. you still have to make a bigger compartment, if that makes sense. So instead of these small little narrow little trays, since I have a bunch of the Renews It and the coupons just keep coming, I'm just going to go ahead and use a larger tray to house them. Looks like I'm able to get about 4 to a row. Looking really neat. I think that looks really nice and neat. You can't even tell that that's a A-track top container cover. It just looks like a tray. So I would say always think outside of the box and figure out how you can use things and just see the potential in things before you just toss them out. So I have all my Lysol and Clorox wipes over here, and I'm just going to line those up a little bit better. Actually, I'm getting low on the one at the sink, so I'm going to take this big one out of here and put it to where I can fill up the one on the sink. Okay. Then I have room to grow with those. I'm going to try to make room periodically so that when I do have my next couponing session, you know, I can just make room and then push them over there. So that looks a whole lot neater than how it was initially. And then I do plan on getting more Renews It for this couponing weekend coming up, so I have room to put some more there. Now moving on to this section, I'm not going to use this clear container because it's kind of big and I don't need a big one to put these scrub pads in. I got this plastic one from the Dollar Tree, and I just have my Brillo pads and sponges in there. But I think since I got some more of these and I don't have room in this tray, I'm just going to use this photo box here to store the rest of them. And I'll just let you take a look inside of there. So I'm just going to put a label on here that says scrubbers, and then when I get low or I need to stock up on some more, then I'll be able to know what those are and I'll be able to see everything. I think I'm just going to use this container here only for Brillo pads, and that way everything will have its own little space. I'll be right back. Okay, you guys, so I have the scrub pads in this photo box here, nice and neatly. And when I need to get one, I can just come out here and get one and put it next to the sink. And I'm just going to close the box on it and put it right here. And so that's nice and neat. Take my labor maker off here. Take this down. So this shelf is now good to go. When I get ready to get more Brillo pads, I can just take them out of the package, put them there, and then they're just grab and go now. So I'll put that next to the Renews It. I'll move this down a little bit. And so now this shelf is nice and neat now. You can see I put my label on there that says scrubbers. And so panning all the way across the shelf, you can see now that everything is all neat and lined up, and I'm ready to move on to the next shelf, which is supposed to be gloves and trash bags. However, you can see there's a few randoms and stragglers there, so I'm going to get this shelf cleaned off next. I am back with the third shelf here, and as you can see, I've taken the trash bags out of the box and I've neatly grouped them together and filed them in the filing method in this A-track tape holder, and so that's there on the shelf. I'll only open up one bag of gloves at a time. I do use these gloves to clean with, and sometimes I'll use them when I'm sorting meat from the grocery store and I'm putting the meat in the Ziploc bags. And even when I'm cooking dinner, I will use these gloves to wash the meat and different things. And whenever I'm handling the meat, I don't like touching it. So I will pick up these gloves from Harbor Freight when I have a coupon, and then when this clear container gets empty, then I'll empty a box and fill it with more gloves. Down on the fifth shelf, I have a tray that I got from Harbor Freight also, and it perfectly holds my Ziploc bags. They're the smaller Ziploc bags, and these are my freezer bags. I use these to hold meat and vegetables and different things like that. And then these are the larger size freezer bags, also in a drawer. And then I just have the snack bags in this little compartment here. So I'm just going to clean this shelf up a little bit. I'm going to open those bigger Ziploc bags and also the smaller ones. And those are the snack bags there, those frozen ones. I don't use those that much, so I won't be opening those. I'll just open those whenever these run out in this little container over here. And there's a random Tupperware container that I need to put in its place. And then I have my muffin cups over there. I probably won't have to buy muffin cups for another 5 years here because I don't use them that often. Be right back. I'm just opening up the Ziploc box. I'm going to put these bags right in this little slot here. I just love having everything so easily accessible. I can just grab and go. It just makes my life so much easier. Well, down here on the floor, I just have a bunch of containers and glassware and different things like that that should be put on the shelf with all of the glassware, and so I need to get that taken care of. I have some pillows that I ordered for the Thanksgiving decorating. One of them says, blessed, and one of them says thankful. So I need to be putting them up here next to my Thanksgiving and fall tote, and so I'll put those up there on top with the other pillow up there. And I just need to clean this area out so that when I do get more paper towels from the store, then I can just file those away and I don't have a bunch of items in my way. Everyone, I'm back with the final clip of this shelf here, this entire shelf. This is just the top of the household products shelf. I'm just going to do a pan over. Now, I'm not one of those couponers or stockpilers that keeps packaging, so it may look like I don't have a lot, but actually it's because I get rid of the packaging that, and I believe in consolidation. So you won't see a bunch of packaging. For instance, these finish tabs, you won't see just bags and bags and bags of them, but that's probably about 6 or 7 bags of finish tabs in there. I just don't have the packaging. I just would like to consolidate them so I can have more space. That's my light bulb shelf there, and candles and flashlights. More household products here. The disinfectant wipes, the Renews It scrubbers, and Brillo pads. Gloves, plastic gloves, and trash bags. On this shelf here is the trash bags and These are trash bags that I've already taken out of the box and consolidated those. And the gloves, I've already taken them out of the box. These are Ziploc bags, already taken out of the box and ready to go. And the final shelf down here is my paper towels taken out of the packaging. Paper towels are taken out of the packaging and ready to go. And then that last shelf down there is pretty much just emergency supplies, blankets that I've gotten from Harbor Freight, and my work shoes, and then a trash bin over there in the corner. So let me see if I can step back and show you the entire shelf, or most of it. Okay, so I want to thank you all for watching the video.